Hello, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm gonna be doing another Krunker GFX tutorial. This one is for rendering characters in Cinema 4D. Cinema 4D is a software that costs money, but of course I got it for free because I got a cracked version. Oh, you can just search it up, how to get Cinema 4D for free, and just follow the steps and you'll get it. Yes, it's safe. I think, I hope. I mean, this is what I have. I got this for free. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go in Krunker texture viewer. Without selecting any skins, you want to right click, you want to do Control Shift I or F12 to open the inspect element tab. So when you open that, you want to go to the network tab. So this is where you'll see the skins. So you want to go into class. For this render, I'm gonna be doing Triggerman class, the AK, the hat. I'm gonna be doing. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna be doing Bandit. I really like this. I do have Sheriff, but like I like the Bandit when I Sheriff. So the back, I'm gonna be doing a wing. So let me see. So I'm gonna do Shadow Azura, and for the die, I'm gonna be doing. For the die, I'm going to be doing Lavender since that matches so well. And for the AK skin, I'm going to be using the Disintegrator. Alright, so these are all the skins I'm going to be using. So the reason I did Inspect Element was I can go to the Network tab and I can see everything I put in here. And if it doesn't appear, just refresh. So I believe this is the Bandit. It's hat underscore 30. And the wing is body underscore 53. And the disintegrator is a weapon underscore 2 underscore 0. I need to know this because I need to find the texture from the game files. So now, time to go in Cinema 4D. So I'm gonna have this rig for download. This is the rig I'm gonna be using for this video. So you want to drag the rig from another tab onto Cinema 4D. So you want to double click on that. It's FMR 5.0. It's the Minecraft rig. You can see it has eyes and it doesn't look like what a Minecraft player should look like. So you want to go select that. So you want to scroll down to here. So you want to deselect all the facial features on here. So turn all of those to off. And now time to change the skin. The dye we're using is lavender dye. And so when you scroll up again, you see a skin. Want to select that. And this is a lavender skin. This is basically the Minecraft skin. You can also use these in Minecraft if you want. I'm gonna link this for download. So want to select on that. So you can see I have my lavender dye on here. And the weapon we're gonna be using and the gun we're gonna be using is the disintegrator. So it is weapon underscore 2 underscore 0. So we want to go in here, Control O to open, and I'm gonna have the mod folder for download. This is the mod. This is all the in-game files from the game. So I'm gonna be using the disintegrator. So going weapons, weapon underscore 2 underscore 0, like I showed you in the Krunker texture viewer. So when you click OK, and you can see this is the disintegrator right here. So I want to select on that, Control C to copy it, and go to Windows tab, and then go back to Untitled 1. So this is where the character is. So Control V or paste it back in, but you can see the weapon is huge. So you want to select the weapon again. So go down to here, size, and then click on scale. So all the weapons are different scales. So for this one, I just need to see which one looks good. For all weapons, I usually do 0.025 and I'll see if it looks good. You can see this looks a bit too big, and I'll just click on scale tool or shortcut T, so I can just drag it and make it smaller. So you can see I'm just gonna compare it with the actual character in the game, in the texture viewer. So you can see this looks like it's the right size. So there. Now I'm gonna go back to the move tool. And one thing I forgot to mention is to move the camera, you need to hold 3 and left click. And to zoom in, you want to click on hold left and move your mouse. Or you can use the scroll wheel. And to move the camera, you need to hold 1 And to change the camera FOV, you hold 2 and right click. So yeah. And also to tilt the camera, you need to press 3 and right click to move it around. I don't recommend doing this since it will mess up the camera. So you can see now I have the disintegrator in here. So, but you can see it doesn't have any textures. So you want to double click on that white sphere. So you want to click on that. So go to the colors tab, go to textures, click on that. And again, go to the moth folder, go to textures, go to weapons, and this is weapon _2_0. Want to click open, and yes. So now you have the weapon in here, but you can see it doesn't have the glow. So want to open it again. Now this time go to illuminance. So want to check that and open the other texture. So you can see almost all weapons have 2 textures. So the _2_0. That's normal texture, and there's another _E texture. This is the glow texture. I'm not sure. That's what I think it is. So when I click on that, click open, and click yes. So you can see the weapon now have a glow. So if I uncheck that, that is what it looks like without it. So okay. So I'm gonna move it into position. So this is how I want the character to hold it. So by the way, I just use R to rotate. So now I'm gonna move it back up. So I'm gonna make him hold the weapon like this. And now we need to position the hands. So to position the hands, you want to drag on the bottom one, so you can move it around. You can see the arm stretches a little, and you want to move it here. Just put it on the handle of the gun. That's way too forward. I'm gonna move it back a little. And it just takes a lot of adjusting to get it just right. It's gonna take some practice to get used to all the controls. And alright, so that's what I want the hand to be. But you can see the arm, it doesn't look right. It is like bent inwards. So you can see this other square that's sticking out. So you want to move on that. So this little cube is basically where this face of the arm faces. So I'm gonna drag it up so you can see it follows the cube. So I'm gonna make it around, put it around there. Okay, so same thing with the other arm. I'm gonna make him hold onto the magazine of the gun, so I'm gonna put his hand right there. Try not to make it stretched because it won't look good. So now I'm gonna go in the rendered view and see how it looks like without all these controls. So you want to click on the rendered view or Control R. So you see this is how it looks like. You can see the hands looks a bit awkward. So I'm just gonna make it fully cover it. And again, I'm gonna adjust that so it doesn't look weird. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna make him hold top of the gun because it didn't look good in my opinion. Okay, so now we have the weapon setup. So we have the weapon and arm. So let's time to move on to the head. So again, Control O to import. So we're gonna want to go back in models, click on hat, and I believe it is hat _30. Yeah, that right there. So hat _30. Let me just find it, and want to click OK. So now I have the bandit in here. So we'll click copy, go to window, go back to Untitled 1. So I'll paste it in here. The hat is the exact opposite of the weapon. It is tiny instead of huge, but I found the right scale for it. I think so. The scale is 51. Remember, you need to have it selected. Look how tiny that is. So the scale is 51, and also I need to rotate -90 degrees so it is facing the right way. So we can now move this up, and I'm gonna make it cover the head so it looks right. I'm gonna make it barely covering the head. Okay, right there. Again, same thing. To import a texture, you wanna double click on that, click on the sphere, and we're gonna go in color, texture, and we're gonna go in texture folder, and hat. So this is hat underscore 30, and let me find it. Should be here. So that is the hat underscore 30 texture. I'm gonna click OK. So now we have it set up. But you can see some part of the skin are actually blurry. This is because of the texture sampling. Some people like it, some people don't. So I'm gonna click on none. You can see the edge is now sharper. If you have it on none, that is exactly how it would look in game. But if you have texture sampling on, it will make the texture smoother. In my opinion, I don't like it, so I'm gonna keep it on none. And I'm also gonna add an illuminance texture. You don't have to for hats, but you can see some hats do, some hats don't. Since this one do, so I'm gonna import that texture in. So you can see the cigarette is now a tiny bit brighter. You don't have to do that, but since this texture does, I'm gonna be putting it in. So this is what we have now. You see it looks pretty good. In my opinion, the gun looks a bit too small, so I'm gonna make it a tiny bit bigger. I'm gonna position armor again. Okay, right there. Now time to add the wing. So the wing is body 53_2. So you're gonna go in here, Control O again, and go in models, go in body, and body _53_2. Body _53. So that is the model. See, this is the wing that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna go back in to the title one. Remember, copy it, and now I'm gonna paste it. So same thing, it's gonna be very tiny, but this one is even smaller. The scale I found is 110. So 110, see down here, and right there. Rotation -90. So now it is fit, and now it fits on the body, and we just need to position it so it is right on between the shoulders. You can also always check back into the model viewer. I mean the texture viewer, always get those mixed up. And you can see this is where the wings are attached to, and you can see that looks about right. And now same thing, add the texture. So I want to go in color, texture, click on that. We want to go in body, see body _53_2. So you're going to use that. You can see we have the wing texture. It looks a bit too dark, so I'm also going to use the illuminance texture. So I'm going to click on that, and let me just show you how much of a difference it makes. Look at the wing, and look at it now. You can see it looks a lot brighter. Okay, so I'm going to make him look at the camera. So I'm going to rotate the head. Click on the rotation tool, rotate the head towards the camera. But you can see that the original head, it is not rotated. You can see the bandit, it is rotated. I'm going to make it -100. So to rotate the head, you need to click on that orange slab below the head. So I'm going to rotate this -10 degrees because it is already rotated. And you can see now it looks right. And you can't just make the leg straight, it wouldn't look natural. So I'm going to make him spaced out a bit. I'm also going to make him in a running position. In a position that looks like he's running, at least. So I'm going to make him look like he's running, so that. But you can see the feet is very messed up. So I'm gonna click on that, go in the rotate tool. So I'm gonna rotate this where it looks right. So now you can see the feet is flat now. And now we can just move it however we want. Now it looks natural. So right there, that's how I want it. So now time to render the picture. So I'm just gonna position the camera so where I want to. So I'm gonna position the camera how I want it to be rendered. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit on it, move it around a bit. But before we render, we need to add a light source. So you want to click on that. So I want to move it back, also move it up, and move it back even more. So I'm just gonna move the light around where it looks good. You can also add multiple light sources if you want it to look very professional. But for this tutorial, I'm pretty lazy today. I'm just gonna do it like this, a single light. And so now when you select the light, go in the shadows tab, and then we want to click on soft shadows. Now you want to click on the render settings. For me, the render setting I use is very overkill for Krunker, but I don't care. I have a good PC, it doesn't take that long to render. So render, I'm going to use physical. So in physical, I'm going to click on advanced, make this physical, and then go to basics, make the sampling quality high, and go to save. When you make this, save a PNG file, and make sure to select alpha channel, that way the background is transparent. So I'm gonna save into my finish folder. I don't have that much finish, I deleted a lot of them, so what do I name it? That's perfect. Save. Alright, so now you can do whatever you want with the render. You can mess around. The setting I found look good. I'm gonna add that effect, and add that effect. It is very unnecessary, but I don't really care. And oh wait, I forgot something. So I want to go in output. I'm gonna also make this 1920 by 1080, so that way it is very clear. So now I'm gonna click on render to picture view, and you can see now this is the picture. It is now calculating. C4D is now using its algorithm to calculate the shadows, the light reflections, and everything like that. So it will take some time if you have a good PC, and it will render pretty quick. If you have a bad PC, it will take perhaps minutes to render a single picture. So now I'm just gonna speed this up. Okay, so now I'm rendering this picture. If you enjoyed this tutorial, or if this helped you a lot, make sure to leave a like on the video, and a sub to the channel will be amazing. Okay, it is done now. It took me 2 minutes. It took me a bit above 2 minutes to finish this. You can see this is the finished product, so we can close it now. This is what I made in the tutorial, and you can make this too. It is very simple. And there will be a part 2 of the tutorial coming tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you sub the channel and have a notification bell on so you don't miss a single video that I put out. So that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, like the video so more people can be helped from this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.